Okay, another term is human resource development. Human resource development, HRD. So can you tell me meaning of human resource development? So which is broader, human development or human resource development? Human development? Hmm? Why? Human resource development. Human resource को develop किया तो this is broader. Resource word is there in this. So this is long. Resource means it will become more resourceful. Hmm? Capabilities. Okay, just write down definition then. Just tell me. So it refers to the simple definition. It refers to the process of enhancing productive potential of human beings. It refers to the process of enhancing productive potential of human beings. Enhancing productive potential of human beings. Process of enhancing productive potential of human beings. So enhancing productive potential of human beings. So what is meaning of productive potential? Like we have to provide them health facilities, people should be healthy, educated, skilled. So then actually productivity will increase. Now can you tell me which is now broader? Human development. Why? Why it is narrow? It does not cover health. No, why not? If people will not be healthy, how they will be contributing to production? So, so overall difference is very significant here. So this answer is to be very easy. Then which is broader? Obviously, human development. Actually, human resource development is very narrow concept. Here, it used not to enhance well-being. Here, it means enhancing well-being of people. And here, objective is not to enhance well-being. Objective is to enhance to make people more productive. Objective is to make people more productive. It means that it views human beings merely as what? Merely as a productive resource. Okay, so it views human beings merely as a productive resource. Clear? So, and here overall development of human beings. Any doubt in this? So here focus is to enhance productivity of people. The people should become more productive. They should be educated, skilled, healthy. But here focus is to overall level of well-being. It would it include social cultural factors as such? Here social cultural psychological factors will be covered here also. So here focus on enhancing productivity only, and here focus on enhancing overall welfare. Okay, and it views human beings merely as a productive resource, nothing more than that. Just like we can make invest in material things, we can make machinery factory, production will increase. We can invest similarly, we can invest in human beings to make them more productive by education. So this is very nice. Clear? Even resource development means के enhancing productivity of human beings. हाँ. So human resource development include है नहीं है? Anybody can answer? Yes, why not? Everything, all aspects, overall well-being. So education, health, literacy, job, everything is important for enhancing well-being of people. Why not? Reducing measure can help, like enhancing well-being for people to get access to basic amenities if they will get subsidy, etc. Okay, so human resource development is there's a term called human capital formation. So human capital formation is more close to which one? Human capital formation. Like capital means mainly machinery factory in general. But when we say that is economic capital or physical capital, and human capital, so can we say it is same as human capital formation? Yes or yes? Yes, same. Human capital formation. So it is same as human capital formation. So human Like when we invest in material things, machine, we can make physical capital, machinery. And if we invest in human beings in the form of education training, we are creating human capital. They both will increase productivity production. Either we invest in machinery, physical things, or we invest in human beings. So both will increase productivity production. So clear? So human resource development and human capital formation are exactly same. So any doubt in this, the concept? Okay. Another is what are types of capital? One, as I told you, economic or physical. Economic or physical capital. What is this economic capital or physical capital? It includes machinery, factory, equipment, etc. Means physical stock of machinery, factory, capital. Normally, when we say capital in economics, we mean this machinery factory. Okay, so physical capital or economic capital means machinery factory. Okay, equipment, etc. So which will help in increasing production. So capital means anything which assists production. Okay, so machinery factory assists production, increases productivity. No. Then is human capital. So can you tell me what is human capital? Uh, that is what? Uh, it means human resources. Human capital means human resources. Human resources. Or in other words, we can say the quantity and quality of labor force. Mainly labor force. Quantity and quality of labor force. Mainly labor force. Labor force means all people are included in labor force. No, only working is people who are willing to work, who are available for work or maybe working. So labor force quantity means how much labor force is there, and more people, more labor force, more human capital. And quality means their education, skill, health level of labor force. That is actually human capital. Okay, quantity means that labor force, more people, more labor force means more human capital, and more actually more skilled, educated than more human capital. So clear human capital. Any doubt? One more capital, social capital. Social capital. So what is social capital? Social capital means social things. What relations among people, interaction, etc. So it includes what? It includes interpersonal relations, interpersonal relations, mutual trust, mutual trust, coordination, coordination, etc. among people or labor force even. So interpersonal relations, mutual trust, coordination, cooperation among people. Okay, that is called social capital. This is social aspect. Okay. Now for increasing production, Do we need all three? Obviously, machinery factory, better quality of machine factory, then more production, more educated labor, skilled labor can production more. Even this is important or not? Yes, this may be possible people are highly educated, skilled, trained, but there are ego clashes. There are actually, means tussle between the workers, etc. So, can production be affected or not? Yes. So, even social capital is also important for a nation or any organization. So, these are three types of capital: economic or physical capital, then human capital, and social capital. So, in prelims this year, they have asked what is social capital. Okay, so clear, I think, meaning of capital. This I have just deviated because I have used the word capital word here. So what is meaning of capital? But capital is actually used in very various means. Even money invested in a business may be called capital. So capital may be used in different contexts. But in economics, when we use the word capital, we mean this thing. In general, machinery factor. Okay, other thing is money invested in a business. And in money uses for day-to-day transactions of business is called working capital. So we'll discuss later other meanings of capital. But in general, capital means this thing. Clear? Apart from that, there is a word uh, standard of living. This is not just economics, rather English word. Standard of living. So, what is the standard of living? Any idea? The standard of living. Can you express the standard of living in words? This is English word as such, not as such an economic term, but we will be using this. So, standard of living is broad or narrow? Broad. So, what is meaning of standard of living? Quality of life. In means two marker question was asked, what is quality of life? Is it same as quality of life? No. So what is standard of living? Hmm? Related to other indicators. Remember per capita income, correct? Hmm? Yes. So if it is determined by per capita income, what does this reflect? It shows what? Standard of living shows what? The standard of living shows economic growth. It shows what access to material things, material goods and services. So it shows what? It shows access to material goods and services. Access to material goods and services. So to what extent you have material goods, and your access to material goods and services depends on what? Per capita income. More income, more goods you can buy. Higher standard of living you can enjoy, more goods and services. Okay, so it is measured by which thing? Measured by per capita income. Okay, so per capita income reflects standard of living, or rather we may call it real per capita income also. Okay, the per capita income of a country shows what is standard of living, how much people have material access to material goods and services. Okay? So does it include standard of living? Does also include social factors, cultural factors? Yes or no? No. It does not reflect social factor, cultural factor, psychological factor. If a person actually is actually very frustrated and maybe highly tensed and frustrated, but person may be very rich, may have lot of wealth, possible. So standard of living of that person will be high or low? Will be very high. Person is very rich, have lot of goods and services, but may be frustrated. Yes, so that welfare is reflected here. No, it does not reflect. It shows material things only. Clear? And what is quality of life? So in means two marker question was asked, what is quality of life? Now can you explain quality of life? Life expectancy, not as such. Quality of life, which is broader, quality of life or standard of living? Quality of life. So it shows which thing? Hmm? Well, Well-being, health, well-being. Can we say it shows well-being, welfare? Hmm? Yes, it shows well-being, level of well-being actually. Well-being or level of well-being. So quality of life means well-being level. Okay, can you interrelate between the economic development is related with which concept? Standard of living or quality of life? Quality of life. So can you give me uh, relation between quality of life and economic development? In one sentence, can you use these words? Quality of life and economic development. Economic development reflects what, or this reflects which aspect reflects this? Hmm? Economic development, more the economic development, that will be quality of life. Yes, actually, what is economic development? Economic development means improvement in quality of life. If quality of life is improving, means welfare is improving, and that is economic development. So this is almost same. But economic development is a economic term. This is just an English word. Although in economics, they have in names they have asked this two markers. What is quality of life? I think clear. There is an index. We'll discuss physical quality of life index. Okay, so after this, we'll discuss. Hmm, no, not affordability as such. Affordability you can link this with. Can you have access to this good or not? That shows this affordability. Here it has various aspects. Can we say standard of living is also a part of this? Yes. Well-being will depend on this also, with access to material things. Because if person may not have money, person cannot be quality of life cannot be good actually. So this is much broader. And enhancing this is economic development. Any doubt? So clear because okay, things are learning is you should discriminate how it is similar, how it is different from other things. And until unless you correlate things, see how they are different, similar, so you won't get a holistic view. Otherwise, there will always be confusion. So here, I think it should be clear now. Concepts. Okay, one more concept now relative development, the last concept, but which is very different from others. Okay, clear. I again give you recap. We have discussed how many concepts. Economic growth simply means production of goods and services in an economy. Okay, and economic development means increasing production as well as welfare or simply welfare. Okay, then we have discussed inclusive growth, that is welfare along with in a participative process focus on employment. Okay, and I told you human development is almost same as economic development. When we say enhancing well-being of people, we mean this. When we say enhancing well-being in an economy, then it becomes economic development. Human capital formation or human resource development is narrow, and the focus is to enhance well-being and not well-being, productivity of human beings. Focus on increasing productivity, productive potential only. Okay, clear. So, and standard of living is very narrow. This shows access to material goods and measured by per capita income. And enhancing quality of life simply means economic development or human development. Okay, now last concept in this, but which is very different from these concepts, that is sustainable development. Now, how many concepts we have discussed? Five, I think. This is sustainable development. So, can you tell me what is sustainable development? Yes. So, development, keeping in mind the resource availability for future, it means that the development that could be sustained in future. Okay. So I think very clear. So we have to take care mainly with development. Actually, process should be sustainable. And which thing is threatening sustainability? When we say environmental degradation is affecting sustainability, resources depletion is. So we have to take care of resources, environment along with development. That is sustainable development. Okay, to mention this. So this is somewhat different because mainly environmental aspect is there in this. So mention this thing. It refers to that process refers to the process The process of development, the process of economic development refers to the process of economic development that can be sustained in future. Process of economic development that can be sustained in future. Process of economic development that can be sustained in future. Okay, but one famous, this is very simple definition. Now, one famous definition is given by one organization, which rather one commission. To write down name of the commission, that is UN World Commission on Environment and Development. The UN World Commission, UNWCED, UN World Commission on Environment and Development. The UN World Commission on Environment and Development. This commission was headed by which person? Mrs. Brundtland, Brundtland, Brundtland. So she was actually, it was a summit. Summit means attended by heads of state. So she was Prime Minister of Norway. So it gave one report in 1987, and the name of the report was Our Common Future. Our Common Future. In that document, in that Our Common Future, one definition was given which is commonly used. In most of the books you might have read that definition. Okay. So, but actually this first commission when is not so important. Second is much more important. It was the same commission was constituted again in 1992 in Rio de Janeiro, and that is called Earth Summit. So Earth Summit is more important because some decisions were taken to reduce pollution, etc. But definition given by this first commission is very famous. So write down the definition given by this commission. So mention this. The commission defined it as the commission defined it means sustainable development as in inverted commas development that meets sustainable development as the development that meets the needs of present that meets the needs of present without compromising, that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations, without compromising the ability of future generations, without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs, without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs, without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Okay, so what is this development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs? It means that the development process will be sustainable if the present generation, like we will be meeting our needs actually of development, we should develop in such a manner which will not compromise the ability of future generations in meeting their own needs. It means that in development process, whatever opportunities we have, we should leave the similar opportunities for coming generations. For example, some resources are limited. If we use up all resources, then our future generation may not have access to those resources, like for example fossil fuels. So if we will use up this coal, petroleum, then there will not be such resource in future. Apart from that, we are normally gradually degrading environment. Then in future, even this level of development could not be possible. Even living will be difficult actually. So overall, we should develop in such a manner. In development, actually, we should ensure that future generations can continue this process. The level should not come down because what we did in the last 100 years or 200 years, if we repeat that, then a time would come after 100 years or 500 years, time would come we will be having ACs, cars, but we won't be having fuel to run them. And apart from that, just like environment is degrading, then it will be difficult to breathe also. So even surviving will be difficult. Development will be a next step towards that. So this is the problem. We have to take care of environmental resources. So can we say it is related with what? Intergenerational equity? Yes or no? Yes. So mention this thing. It calls for intergenerational equity. It calls for intergenerational equity. So what is meaning of intergenerational equity? Intergeneration equity means whatever opportunities we have, our generation, future generation should have similar opportunities. We should not reduce their opportunities. Okay. Normally, human activities degrade environment. Yes or no? Yes. But to some extent, environment can rejuvenate itself. Yes or no? For example, we emit carbon dioxide, but plants can convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. So, but there is a capacity of environment or not? How much carbon dioxide they can convert to oxygen? Yes. If we emit carbon dioxide within that limit, no problem. Plants can convert it into oxygen, no problem. But if we emit carbon dioxide beyond that capacity, then percentage of carbon dioxide will start increasing in air, global warming, etc. The problem. So what is that limit? No problem, we may degrade environment, but within the limit within which environment can rejuvenate itself. What is the name of that limit? Hmm? The limit to which environment can rejuvenate itself, can absorb our adverse impact, that is called carrying capacity. So mention this thing also. It is related with carrying capacity. It is related with carrying capacity. Related with carrying capacity, that is capacity of environment, that is capacity of environment to absorb, that is capacity of environment to absorb adverse impact of human activity. Capacity of environment to absorb adverse impact of human activity. Capacity of environment to absorb adverse impact of human activity. Okay, so it means that we may degrade environment, but within that limit, within carrying capacity. And if we degrade environment beyond that carrying capacity, then there will be permanent damage to environment and sustained development will be affected. In prelims, even this was asked, sustained development is related with which thing? I guess 4 5 years back. So, correct option was carrying capacity. Okay, so and what we are doing actually, we are degrading environment beyond carrying capacity. One thing, and second thing is that we are reducing carrying capacity. How? That we are actually cutting forest trees, so that will reduce the carrying capacity also.